The Flash, episode 11, The Sound and the Fury. I was excited to see this episode. It took me forever to get to it because I was out of town for a convention, so I'm excited to have seen this, and now technically the next episode is already coming on tonight, so I'm excited for that too. But I enjoyed this episode. It had some really great moments that may or may not, be big deals. I think one of my favorite things was seeing Dr. Wells actually running, and I guess that was one of the things that actually led to something that will be a big deal somewhere in this season, or maybe not even this season, but at some point in this series. And it's the fact that he can run, and there were two things that actually came out of this. The first thing is that his, color, his lightning was red. So he didn't have yellow like the Reverse Flash did, although his character has a Reverse Flash costume. There are two different Reverse Flashes, so I expected his to be yellow, but his is red, and it kind of brought up something like maybe he wasn't the one who was the Red Lightning in the past, because now that they've kind of shown that, I initially thought it was Barry, because that was kind of how the storyline went in the movie. I saw the Flashpoint Paradox animated film, which is really great, so check that out. But with that being the case, that was like the normal story in the comic books and in the film. But having seen Wells with Red, it could have been him. Maybe he was trying to, I don't know. It's really hard. Like, I have no idea how all the different time stuff works, because it's like he went there a long time ago, so he had a fully established career, and he did that like a long time ago, so he had the chance to build up Star Labs and then create the explosion to create the Flash, and then that, I would have to assume, led to him becoming the Reverse Flash at some point in the future, and all the extra time crap. I don't really know, but it was just something that popped into my head. Also, it was just really cool seeing him run in general. Was pretty sweet. And then the second thing was that his speed is not consistent. He can't always run at super speeds. He's not able to basically take speed from the Speed Force and just use it. Like, it kind of drains from him, and I don't know why that is. So that's really interesting. It was very interesting to see that happen. And I thought it was really cool, and he's using like basically the time device to pretty much take power and use it, at least temporarily. He has some sort of plan to get his powers back permanently, and I don't know how it involves him being the Reverse Flash. Of course, once again, tons of time crap. He has the costume. There's the other Reverse Flash. They were there to, I assume that was that person to kill Barry's mother. That could have been Wells going back to kill Barry's mother to set things out to be the normal timeline. Who knows? It's time travel. So those couple of things I thought were pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how they play that out. And, just what happens if Wells does encounter the Reverse Flash, and it's a little bit more a one-on-one type of thing. And maybe he won't do that because he's smart enough to know I can't just run at super speeds or something, because no one's going to randomly say like, oh, he has super speed for no apparent reason. That's a dumb random lie to just say for no reason. So he's smart enough not to do that, but I would still love to see him do that whenever the Reverse Flash comes back again, and kind of see them go against each other. So that would be pretty sweet. One of the other little things was actually something Wells did to kind of help Iris when he did the press conference, and he ignored the one guy and he went to her, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I don't know if that was really on purpose. It was the way he made it seem, was that he did that on purpose, because they don't show everything that the characters talk about on screen, but I'm sure Barry told them like, yeah, Iris got this new job or whatever. And I feel like that's why he did that. It was like he knew that she got this new reporting job, and he did that to help her out. And I thought that was actually a really cool thing. Like, he's done some crappy stuff in the series. He's like just killed people off and stuff like that. But I thought that was just a random, really cool moment. And Iris being in this position now, I think is going to lead to some interesting stuff too. For now, it's fairly simple. Like, she was hired because of, she seemingly has a connection with the Flash and stuff, so that's how she got her job. And she's kind of the odd person out because of that. It doesn't seem like she has real journalistic experience, so she's a little bit below everyone else's standards who's working there, especially the guy she's working with, who, as she put it, won 2 Pulitzer Prizes. So I think it'll have an interesting dynamic. Maybe later on in the series. I don't think it'll be too big of a deal right now, but it'll probably have a much greater effect later on, down the line. But I thought that was pretty cool. And like getting to the main story, the main villain being related to all the characters, or being related to Cisco, Caitlin, and Dr. Wells. I thought that was really cool. We got to see them in the past. They kind of did like an Arrow thing where it was like, do the flashbacks and stuff. So I enjoyed that. The character was a total douche, like they said. The part was played well. I will say that he was just that genius douchebag. It was just like that. Like that's how it is, and that does happen when people are so smart. They're kind of douchey. Although he was around a bunch of other genius people too, so in his case, it was really just like he was just kind of a douche. But I enjoyed him as a character. I thought it was pretty interesting. Him being the Pied Piper, I thought they did it in a cool way, and the sonic gloves and everything like that, it was pretty sweet. And of course, he was smart. He tricked them. He got himself busted. The explosion that they had with Cisco that knocked him out. When I saw that in the trailer, I thought that was a great looking scene. When I actually watched it, I was like, man, I wonder who really took that explosion full force, because they didn't. The way they did, and of course people are paid to do this stuff, but man, they were just walking, straight towards it. It wasn't like you saw them sort of pause or anything like that. They were just walking, and it just went off, and it was crazy to see. I was like, man, it takes a lot to know, like, this basically wall is about to just blow up, and all these, just chunks of crap are about to fly right at you. So I thought that was a really cool scene. The villain, like I said, I thought it was pretty cool. It was interesting mental dynamic with his character. And of course the ending with him knowing where Ronnie is and how to actually save Ronnie. I'm really excited to see that. I don't know when they're going to bring that back, but like if he's really the only person that can save Ronnie, then he's going to be getting out, and I don't know how that's going to play out. He'll of course try to do the evil thing where it's like, if I'm going to help you guys, I need this, this, and this, because that's what every evil person does. They don't just save people, but odds are he's smart enough to, get the things he needs without saying he needs them. So I'm excited for him to come back. He seems interesting. Joe looking into Dr. Wells, I'm really excited for that. I don't know why I'm so excited, but I think Joe's going to be the one to find out something big. He's going to find out. I don't know if he's going to find out that he's Reverse Flash or not. It seems like he could, because, Dr. Wells may or may not play his hand a little bit too much. Like, really, he could have easily when he told Joe not to look for answers when he ran into his house. I assume that was him. I don't know why the other Reverse Flash would have done that. So I assume that was him. And, if he does stuff like that, it will click. Like, that was one, like, really crazy experience and stuff like that. But if he plays his hand a little too much, he gets a little too smart for his own good, it could get him busted. But I'm excited to see how Joe kind of plays this, and the sort of cop drama side of things, and how he'll, play the role of like, I'm just here to help Barry out. If you guys need anything, I'm here to help. But on the other side of the fence, it's like, I don't really know this guy. He was in town, he started things up just after Barry's mom died. What's going on with that? What's he always hiding? Stuff like that. So really excited about that. Definitely enjoyed the episode. Barry on the bridge saving the people. I thought that was a nice, cool little scene. We didn't get to really see him do too much running around. I feel like we saw, Dr. Wells run most of the episode until like the halfway mark. Honestly, although I guess the very beginning of the episode, Barry did run a ton. So I guess it was really all Barry the whole time. And that was also another cool little thing that happened in the very beginning of the episode. It was the Royal Flush Gang, which I think a lot of people might recognize because they're in like the Batman cartoons a lot. I think, especially Batman Beyond. I remember them being in there a lot. The animated series Batman, I believe they were in. I've definitely seen them in some of the DC animated movies with the Justice League and stuff. So I'm really familiar with them, and seeing them going around and stuff. I thought that was a nice little nod to like one of the evil villain groups from the DC universe. So I enjoyed that scene as well, even though it was just like the opening scene and they just got busted and stuff like that. But it was cool. I enjoyed that nice little toss out there. Like, hey, here are these popular villains. May or may not come back later in the series. I don't believe they actually have superpowers. It's always like weird technology and stuff. And I don't know if they'll get that crazy in Flash where they have like, flying cards and a cane that like shoots lasers off and, a giant robot or any of that crazy stuff. But I'm still excited to see if they bring them back and stuff like that. So great episode. Definitely excited for the episode tonight, and I think it'll be a nice lighter episode with like Barry actually having a girlfriend, at least temporarily. And so that's like what I'm really curious to see, because I think it'll be a good character development episode. So I'm excited for that. Really enjoyed this episode, but of course I want to know what you guys thought. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, least favorite parts, and what do you think the answer is to saving Ronnie Raymond? Because with him being Firestorm, if it is based on the comics, he is two people merged into one. And based on the little bit that we got from his character, that's accurate, because there's the part where he mentions like, I'm not, Ronnie Raymond, I'm Firestorm, but he also did save Caitlyn, so it could be that duality where, Ronnie Raymond's still in there. He knows like, I have to do this, but there is like Firestorm slash the other person that he ended up kind of meshing with, and that's who's in control most of the time. So I don't know what the answer is going to be, or even could be, honestly, because of just what the character is from the comic books and the tiny, tiny bit that I even know about it. But I want to know what you guys think. So like I said, please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.